Good morning. I just wanted to make a video to talk about why I wanted to start a channel. Um, First off, I get to learn because I do a little more research, watch a lot of other videos. Um, it's not just YouTube, but internet's huge. It's pretty much got everything you want if you look long enough. Um, but like I said, why I did the channel, I learn. I also use it as reference material. I've been taking videos of the items that I'm working on, and for instance, this engine in a previous video, but it helps me. I can go back, look at the video, see what I took off, see what I need to do. So it's definitely a help. I also want to share my experiences. I know a lot of people have the same builds. Volkswagens are very similar in that respect. So these parts, they're a lot of them are interchangeable. Some aren't, which I've come to find. Um, but definitely share my experiences. Let everybody else see what I see, my mistakes, my accomplishments, and kind of go from there. Um, my channel overall is about automobiles. For instance, the one you see here, 1972 bus. It's just a transporter. I have everything ripped out right now. There's nothing in the back. I have some rust repairs that I need to get done. So it's pretty much beat up. It is my daily driver. I take it to work every day. Um, Usually no issues. I don't live too far from work, so it's pretty easy. Um, but what really got me started was my first vehicle, 1973 Super Beetle. Um, it was a great car. It was actually my daily driver from when I was, I think, 16 to 19 years old, and loved it. Come to find out, Super Beetles really uh, had a lot of differences than the standard Beetles. I actually had a friend that had a standard Beetle 71, much easier to find parts, a little easier to work on. I learned that the 73 Super Beetle actually had a different suspension, obviously the curved windshield versus the flat windshield. But I got it for a good deal. I was 16, and like I said, it was a great car for me for several years. I actually have down here. There's a few leftover parts. I think there's a couple more somewhere, but these were some that I just tossed in a bin that um, are still good. The car was actually towed away in some apartments I lived in because I had some issues with one of the wheels, and I parked it for a little while and didn't work out for me. It was gone one day. My next vehicle was a 71 Karmann Ghia. That was a great vehicle. Never had any issues. I drove that for 3 or 4 years. The only issue with that is it was pretty rusted out. So I ended up just ripping out everything. That's the engine you see here, carburetor. There's crank and cam over there, and you can't really see it in the back, but I have the transmission that I pulled out of it as well, with the exhaust leaning up against it. I saved all that. Like to do something with it. I'd like to rebuild it. That's really where I'm at with it. But and my third Volkswagen and my current vehicle, as you see, my 72. I've always wanted a bus. That was kind of where I was at. Um, I liked it. It's a blank canvas. You can do anything with them. The 72, which this one is. Sorry if that's loud. There we go. As you can see, this is the Type 4 engine. I'm not really a fan of the Type 4. Maybe it's just you see the Type 1 in all of them, unless it's a later model, like a 72 and above. What I plan on doing is the engine that I have over here rebuilding was a stock 1600. What I'd like to do is do a few upgrades on it, and I'd like to pull out this Type 4 and put in that Type 1 and upgrade the transmission to a Freeway Flyer. I've noticed with this one, the stock transmission that's in here now, when you get up to about 60, you can tell it's revving kind of high. And my understanding with the Freeway Flyer is it's geared more for getting on the highway. And I'd like to get on the highway every once in a while. I'd like to, once I fix this interior, I'd like to do a little camping in it. They can pretty much do anything. That is the Volkswagen portion of my channel. I really like everything automotive. I've had a few motorcycles throughout the years. A 75 Suzuki I had when I was younger, and in my 30s, mid-30s I guess, I bought a Harley Sportster just to try that out. With the Harleys, there's kind of a premium price to them. Not sure if it's worth it, but mine was great. I ended up selling it after a while. Had to move, so just made it easier. Like I said, just wanted to talk for a few minutes and kind of show you that's really where my channel's at. It's mostly Volkswagens. Gonna have different cars. I also have an Instagram account where I post a lot of pictures of stuff cars that I see. All the pictures on there are ones that I have taken at car shows or of my vehicle or others' vehicles. So if you want to check that out, Instagram.com/Terry Privat, one word. You can find it on my YouTube channel. There's a link to it, I believe, on my homepage. So check it out. Got any questions? Feel free to ask. Thanks.